I would like to start by talking about something that at first may seem a little unusual for a conversation about relationships. I want to start by talking about your business model. I know that sounds strange. I'm a big fan of the book Business Model Generation. You may have read the book, you may have seen the illustrations of the book. And I like the book a lot because it illustrates how business operates, all the way down to the very essentials of business. Every company needs customers. You propose your value to those customers through a number of different channels. You build relationships with those customers in order to generate revenue through a number of revenue streams. And you leverage key resources to complete key activities to win and keep those customers. Of course, you try to do that with as much cost management as you possibly can. You identify the people to whom you deliver that value proposition through a number of channels while managing the resources, activities, and of course, partnerships that provide that value. You try to do that in a way that keeps costs reasonable and hopefully generates revenue as well. That is what we call the business model generation canvas. It applies to small business as much as it applies to multi-million-dollar global companies. Now, there are aspects of the canvas that everybody gets very clearly. First, unique customers. That makes sense. Next, customers need to understand the value that you deliver. And you have to create channels through which you deliver that value. Sometimes quite literally, you're delivering that value. So far, so good. But here's an aspect of that canvas and the business model that sometimes goes wrong. It's an aspect that impacts business directly. This thing that we call customer segments is not an unknown object. These are people, these are human beings. And for companies to successfully deliver the right value to the right people through the right channels, you have to understand the types of relationships customers expect. And sometimes that can be a very subjective proposition to what is, in fact, very subjective expectations. It is easy to just directly go to generating revenue and how we are going to generate revenue through our customers. But we can't do that until we understand how much it costs you to meet the relationship needs and expectations of your customers. You have to understand the resources that it will take to meet those relationship expectations, the activities that meet those expectations, or in some cases, the partnerships that it takes to help you meet those relationship expectations. At some point, you may go back to your business model and realize that because you did not set or meet the correct business expectations for your customers, for your employees, for your partners, that maybe you're not making money, that they may be costing you money. They may be costing you time. They may be costing you effort on relationship-related activities that take away from your ROI. And while it is true that delivering on the value that you promise your customers is the first and number one goal, it is also true that you have to understand how your various customer, employee, and partner relationships expect you to do that. I keep saying employees and partners because it is not just the customer relationship that this model applies to. The dynamics of working with employees and managing internal customers is almost identical. You recruit people, you hire them, they have an expectation that they bring to you. Just as much as there is a customer value proposition, there's also an employee value proposition and a partner value proposition. Employees, for example, join your company based on the value that they expect through the channels that you promised. And just as it is with external customers, the types of relationships that they expect determine the resources, activities, and partnerships that it takes to maintain those relationships. Employees and partner relationships have expectations that, just like with customers, cost money, take time, effort. They take money and partnerships and activities to support them, just like with external customers. The lesson here is this: relationship expectation management is not just a nice to have. It is the foundation and a foundational element of every business, no matter size. And when you neglect it, it will in turn impact the bottom line. It will impact your resources. It will impact your partnerships, and it will impact your business operations.
Understanding the types of relationships your stakeholders expect helps you make better decisions about the customer segments you want to reach. The best alignment of your value with the right people, and the most effective channels through which to deliver your value. Understanding the relationship expectations of your customers, employees, and partners improves cost management of your key resources, key activities, and key partnerships. Understanding the types of relationships your business stakeholders want is good business and leads to more predictable cost management and streams of revenue for your company.